All right, Leo, this is your mid-March love tarot reading. I'm Ryan with Arrows of Love. Welcome back to my channel. I'm always happy to have you. Please click that like button and subscribe if you like these videos and would like to see more of them. All right, so Leo, we have a new moon happening on March 13th. I'm doing this video on March 12th. The weekend is going to be an interesting one, to say the least. And the new moon is happening in Pisces. A new moon always occurs when the moon conjoins with the sun. And this particular new moon is magical. It's the most potent new moon of the entire year because love planet Venus. Venus is love, relationships, pleasure, sociability, money, is going to be only 1 or 2 degrees away from this new moon, and this new moon is going to be 1 or 2 degrees away from nebulous Neptune. And Neptune is this planet of dreaminess, imaginativeness, intuitiveness. It can also create confusion, and it creates longing and escapism. So honestly, when Venus and Neptune get together, it's extremely romantic. It can feel like you have found the most amazing person if you're single. It's just got like all the good feels to it. And Venus is exalted in Pisces. And essentially what that means is the archetype of Pisces, which is pleasure and romance and looking good and feeling good, matches very well with the archetype of Pisces, which is romantic and empathetic and sympathetic and compassionate. Pisces is looking for its soulmate connection, and when Venus is in there, anything can happen. Pisces is 8 signs past Leo. The 8th house. The 8th house can be tricky. And the 8th house is about sex. It is about taxes, insurance, the death and rebirth process. It's about transformation. It's also about endings. It's things unseen. It's the underworld. It's ruled by Pluto. So things are going to come up that you probably did not expect. You could meet, if you're single, you could meet a past life lover at this time. It has this feel of just magical romance. So, but like I said, be careful. There's this feeling of longing and almost like you're trying to get something that's a little bit beyond reach. But if it does happen, it feels like I deserve this. I had this coming. I have all this good karma and I've done all this good work. But it just has this feeling of escapism with it, like you're living in the dream state. So just be careful this weekend about your consumption and what you're up to. That 8th house is going to tempt you in the intimacy department, and it could be awesome. I'm not going to lie, but at the same time, it could leave you feeling like you want more, and it might not happen. So just keep that in mind, but just enjoy the energy because it's dreamy, it's romantic, it's imaginative. It's going to feel like the universe sent you something that you've been wanting for quite some time. The new moon's also about new beginnings. So it's the time to start the new lunar cycle. Mars, the planet of action, vitality, that pioneering attitude, it's also about virility, just moved into Gemini. And Gemini is 11 signs past Leo. The 11th house is about friends, group associations, global communities, your hopes, wishes, and dreams. It's about the future, technology and innovation. So maybe there's a friend that comes out of the woodwork that, starts, unexpectedly says they're into you. So, things like that are not uncommon. So just keep that in mind. That's what the energy is like. Gemini is also the chatty Cathy of the zodiac. So there's going to be a lot of communication. It's going to be kind of like this go, go, go type attitude. And Mars does well in Gemini. So, it's going to feel like a pickup of sorts because Mars is finally out of Taurus where it's at its detriment. And there Mars just is kind of sluggish and doesn't do so well. But in Gemini, it does very well. The thing about this new moon, I want to go back to it for a second, and again, that's tomorrow on March 13th, is that it's going to make a semi-square, and semi-squares are challenges over to Changemaker Uranus sitting in your 10th house of career, public image, and reputation, and to Taskmaster Stern Saturn sitting in Aquarius in your 7th house of marriage, one-on-one partnerships, and legal contracts. So this new moon sitting in the 8th could trigger work, career, and your marriage or your partnerships. There could be some tension there, but it's going to feel just like it's got this dreaminess to it. So, like I said, be aware. Something could, if it seems too good to be true, probably is. So I want you to be careful, but enjoy the energy because it's an amazing new moon. It's time to plant the seeds for what it is you want in that 8th house. The 8th house is also about lump sums and financial institutions and mortgages and debt. So keep that in mind too. There could be unexpected inheritance at this time. The 8th house is also about death. So if you're dealing with death and any just endings, just generally speaking, just know that the reason for that is because of all of these planets sitting over in Pisces. This one popped out. 4 of Cups. Okay, so let's get to the reading. This is what we're going to do this time around. I'm going to pull 1 card for the general energies from the Angels Oracle. I'm going to pull 3 cards for you, Leo, and then I'm going to pull 3 cards for your love interest and see where things are at. This is a general reading. Keep that in mind. Take the messages that resonate with you. Leave the rest. If you're looking for a personal reading, my email is in the description box below. My prices are reasonable. We'll take a look at your natal chart, and we'll also pull some cards from the tarot. All right, so let's pull from the angels. Heart-to-heart conversations. Honestly discuss your feelings with each other. Here it is. Saturn and Jupiter are both sitting in Aquarius. That's your 7th house of partnerships, marriage, and legal contracts. So if the universe is telling you to have a heart-to-heart conversation, this is also triggering your 8th house, and that's going deep. It's about psychology. It's also about astrology and the tarot, by the way. So it's time to really evaluate and start looking at purpose and who serves their purpose and who doesn't. So, okay, heart-to-heart conversations. We're going to pull 2 more cards for you. This one fell out, so 4 of Cups. Let's see what else is happening for you, Leo. 8 of Wands. Just talked about the 8th house. The Magician. Ooh. Interesting. All right, this is for them. The Sun. Ace of Wands. Ace of Cups. The 8th house is about intimacy. Okay, so have the heart-to-heart conversation. Honestly discuss your feelings with each other. Leo, you love a good time. Okay, so the first card out, though, is tricky. 4 of Cups. Look at this card. It's the man sitting underneath the tree looking at what he has. 3 cups are in front of him. And the universe, that little cloud with the hand, is reaching out to give him an offer. And Leo, you might not be sure what to do. Maybe you're looking at what it is you have right now, maybe a little discontent. And the universe is saying, hey, I'm over here. There might be some gold to be found over here. Are you going to take it? I think you need to consider it very carefully because the 8 of Wands is the Arrows of Love. This is the name of my channel. Arrows, as in AAROWS. Those are the Arrows of Love. Eros is Cupid. But it's a play on words. You get the point. The arrows of love are saying, do you want this? If you're single, it's coming out and saying, hey, I'm right here. Are you going to take it? 8th house, intimacy. You're trying to create something. You're trying to bring something to fruition. You're going to be tempted, though, because, I mean, here it is. And this could also be foreign people, foreign lands, by the way. Things from out of state, maybe, I don't know, like if you're traveling, going on vacation, you meet someone, maybe you have a short-term romance, you're wondering, is this something I want to pursue? But you're manifesting, you want this to come about, you're thinking about it a lot, because the magician is someone that has all of the, you have it all inside of you. If you want something, you can absolutely have it. The magician is the master of the tarot. You can see the cup, the sword, the pentacle, and the staff, the wand. He's in charge of his emotion. He's emotionally mature. He's in charge of his thoughts. He can keep his mind focused. He's good with resources and money, and he knows his passion. He's holding up his sword. There is an element of spirituality connected to this. So if you want to manifest this arrows of love in your romantic life, you can absolutely have it, but you need to have this heart-to-heart conversation with the person that you're interested in, right? Your other person thinks the world of you. I mean, here it is. I mean, the Sun card is your card. You are on their mind. They might want to have children with you. Children on the horse, sunflowers. They think the world of you. They are on your mind. You are on their mind, vice versa, right? You're not sure. They absolutely want it with you, because the Knight. I'm just gonna stop for 1 second. The Ace of Wands is the next card. This is passion. This is the new spark. This is something that they're looking for with you. Okay, here's the next one. Ace of Cups. It's the new start. They want something new with you. They want to rebuild your relationship. They want happiness. They want children. They want the passion. They want the emotion. The cup overfloweth here, right? I mean, look at it. It's two new beginnings that they want. You have something really good here, Leo. And someone that's really infatuated with you and cares a lot about you. They want to start something new with you. They see something fantastic in you. This is a new relationship. This is bringing the relationship to that next level, that commitment that you're looking for. But do you want it? Do you want it? It is up to you. You're going to get an offer. The arrows of love are shooting right at you. They're shooting them right at you. And you need to decide whether or not this is something that you want to take to that next level. Is this fulfilling all of the things on your table that you want? Does it fulfill you emotionally? Does this fill you with resources? Does this fill you with passion? Does it keep your mind occupied? Is it tantalizing, right? You need to decide that for you, Leo, because this side, they have the hots for you. There's no doubt about that. And they're thinking about you. That's your card. Let's pull another card for the outcome. Intuition. You need to use your intuition here. It's not going to come to you in words. It's not going to come to you on a silver platter, you need to decide for yourself. This is the intuition card, the High Priestess. What is your gut saying, Leo? Have an honest conversation. Talk it out. I think you're going to be surprised just how much you have in common, just how much your life paths probably match. They think the world of you, that's for sure. All right, Leo, I hope you enjoyed this reading.